Hi, my name is Scott Schwadner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have the great pleasure of speaking with Brian Ahearn. He's the author of a new book. This is a book with the colors of the Marine Corps. Tell us how that book came to your mind.
Well, my father served in the Marines from 1962 to 1969. We had a difficult relationship for an extended period of years. And when he passed, as I was reflecting on my life and his life, I decided to write a book in the hopes of helping Marines who might read it and maybe make some better choices than my father made. And for Marine Corps families who, if they read the book, might have a little more grace and empathy for what the Marine in their life has been through, and it might bring them closer together. So that was the impetus of the book.
What was difficult for you thinking about growing up?
My father spent 13 months in Vietnam in combat, and nobody was really talking about PTSD back then. And when he came home from the war, on the surface, it looked like he was doing great. In fact, one of his brothers who read the book said that we had no idea of what he went through because we just saw him as our hero. He came back, his career took off. He seemed to just be excelling in everything. And yet there was infidelity, physical abuse, verbal abuse. There was towards my mother. So we really struggled for a number of years. I felt like I needed answers. And so we, to his credit, he hung in there and he did the best he could in terms of thinking about the past and trying to answer things. And ultimately, he wrote a pretty lengthy document about his time in the Corps, and that's a big piece of the book. And I was able to, at that point, start extending grace to him and ultimately forgiveness, and we reconciled.
You are making a living as a consultant to sales organizations. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I work with organizations, teaching them about research from social psychology and how they can ethically influence people, and how do you take these decade-proven ideas through research and bring them into your communication.
What is the mindset that good influencers need to adopt in order to make this an experience that is uplifting for the salesperson and for the customer?
I think the number one thing is to get to know and like the people that you're working with, your potential clients, your current clients, the people that you're working with in your office, vendors, suppliers, whoever it is that you're dealing with, by taking it upon yourself to say, I want to get to know and like this person. If for no other reason, at least I'll enjoy them. But typically what happens is when people start to sense that you really do like them and you really do care for them, sales moves from transactional to being much more authentic. And so I'm always advising people, do your homework beforehand. Find out as much as you can about that individual. Talk about what you have in common. If it's not something that you have in common, but you know it's important to them, talk to them about that. Ask them why they decided to get involved with certain things. Because when those people begin to talk about things that they're passionate about, they start to connect that feeling with you. But whenever I'm speaking to an audience, this is the aha moment for people. They're like, I've never thought about it that way.
And I think going back to your book, I think that there is a desire in everybody to be a hero. And I think as a good salesperson, you can become a hero because you can lighten the burden for the customer or save them money or have them enjoy their lives or their business better.
Absolutely.
So final question, what was the most difficult time you had writing this book?
It was definitely challenging looking back on the family dynamics and thinking deeply about some things that I hadn't thought about for quite a while.
And I think the final point is also that you were just as proud of him by writing this book as he was proud of you by raising a son that makes a greater contribution to society than what he could have made.
I think from beyond the grave, he would be pleased to know that when this book is officially out in June, that it's going to impact the lives of Marines in a positive way, and hopefully it's going to impact a lot of their families in a positive way. It's going to be a really wonderful thing.
Thank you, Brian. Congratulations on your book. I encourage everybody to go to Amazon.com and pre-order the book now.